What's up YouTube? It's your boy JP back at it again with another video. For those of you guys who don't know about me, I started a online e-commerce graphic novel comic book business. And long story short, the reason why I started it was only because I got into collecting comic books. And I was like, yo, I need to figure out a way on how to, fund this hobby of mine, because it's like collecting comic books is expensive, like $125 retail per book. And I was like, let me go open some accounts, see what I can do. And after I got these accounts open to be a retailer or a wholesaler, I was like, okay, let me buy a case of a book I want, and then I'll just sell off the rest. And then honestly, it just took off from there. So, I started with Facebook groups. Worked my way up to making my own website, and started with word of mouth and all that stuff, and then slowly started growing a YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. But today, in this video, I just wanted to show you guys basically what happened in my 1 year time frame. Everything that happened in the course of a year, and how much the business has grown, and let you guys know if Shopify is still viable for 2022 and more. My thoughts on how to grow a brand, grow a business, stuff like that, and just give you guys some inspiration, words of advice, stuff like that, to if you guys are on the fence of starting your own e-commerce website or starting your own brand, stuff like that. I could give you guys a little bit of tips and tricks and all that stuff on how I got started. Because a lot of channels that I watched back then, they'll always tell you how easy it is to do drop shipping on Shopify, or buy from Alibaba, or basically buy all this stuff from China, get it shipped to you, start what's it called? Drop shipping, where you don't even have to touch your product, stuff like that. But they don't touch on how hard it could be to start up, only because you have no quality control. You get all the stuff that happened with China back then with the pandemic, stuff like that. It was hard to get your products into the US so you can sell it, and all these other things. So I just wanted to show you guys how I started, give you guys tips and tricks on how you don't need to buy stuff from Alibaba and stuff like that. If you guys want to invest your money on something more safer, on something that is in the US that can be shipped to you, stuff like that, then this is something that I would highly recommend for you guys to do. So let's get started. So the first things first, I want to show you guys basically everything that we all of our analytics from basically for this year, and then from when I started, which was February 1st, 2021. That way you guys could see the credentials that I have created for myself, and know what I'm talking about when I'm sharing these tips and tricks for you. So please bear in mind, this is one of my very first videos, just talking about growing a website and all that stuff. So as I grow and get better and make more videos, these videos will get better as well. But this is just something to show you guys, to get you started, get you inspired, stuff like that. So we started last year, February 1st, 2022. And these are all of our analytics so far from last year all the way up until now. So we have our total sales volume of almost $3 million, online store sessions, almost 1 million sessions. Returning customer rate is 33%. That's pretty good. Online conversion rate is 3%. Average order value is about $100, since our books are around $85 or more. Total orders so far is 24,000, so not too bad. And it also tells you our top products. So for me, what I'm showing you guys, I don't really care if you guys know what I'm selling or not. I know a lot of people, when they're showing this stuff, they always hide what they sell, stuff like that, because they don't want you to be a competitor. But for me, I'm fully transparent with what I do, because this is what I want to show you guys. How I got started, what products I got started with. And just that way you guys get a better idea of where I came from. So yeah, so these are the comic books that I started, shipping insurance as well. So yeah, basically all just comic books and stuff like that. You can find my actual website is called organicpricebooks.com. If you're watching this video, that's what it's called. I'll leave a link in the description on all that stuff as well. And you can obviously see, like, our online store sessions. We have a lot from the United States, but we also get international customers as well. So you can see that they're mostly mobile device. You have desktop. I was really surprised, but I guess nowadays people use their phones more than they do their desktop to check out. Uh, and like I said, a lot of our stuff, our store sessions was from Facebook, because I got started off of Facebook, all these collector Facebook groups, and it's still Facebook's the highest market as well so far. And we also have YouTube now that we're slowly growing. I was really surprised to see Reddit, Twitter, because I don't even use any of these two, but that's cool that we have that. Our sales attributed to marketing, even though we haven't done any Facebook ads, YouTube ads, stuff like that at all. All of our marketing is off of just partnership deals with our YouTube sponsors, which is a pretty good deal as well. And for our YouTube channel as well. So whenever we get a book, we review it, stuff like that, and then that's it. So we haven't really spent any money at all on advertisement. I know for those of you guys who are like professional Shopify owners and like e-commerce owners, stuff like that, they always say you got to market, market. But the reason why I haven't marketed as much is because I didn't want to get overwhelmed in our first year with just too much volume and not enough employees and stuff like that for the workload. So we're doing pretty well without doing any marketing at all. So we may do marketing down the road, but right now we haven't done any marketing besides our own YouTube channel and the people that we sponsor as well. So these are all of our analytics that are basically going on right now for our website. This is the sales over time from January 2021 to April, so you guys can know. So January did nothing because I didn't start then. We have February. You have our orders, total amount of sales, and all this stuff every single month. So yeah, you can see the slow growth as we got more word of mouth in. People started knowing more about us and trying our products out for the first time. And now since we hit 2022, a lot more people started knowing and started discovering us on our website and all that and what we have to offer. And now our average order volume is about like 2,000-ish, and with the total sales every month, almost 300. So basically average 250,000. So that's not too bad every single month for that. All right, and then we have our customer over time to go show you guys as well. January, we didn't have anybody. Then we have first time in February, slowly growing, getting more and more every single month. And then this is just 2022 now. We got 1,000. So we get about 1,000 returning customers every single month now in 2022 with a new first time customers with 405. And then our next analytic right here. Let's see what we got. What is this? Oh, our orders over time. So we have our orders over time as well. So you have, our very first month in February, we had 179 orders, and then jumped to 800, then 1,718, and then 2,000, and then average about 1,500 for the rest of 2021. And then as soon as 2022 hit, we hitting over 2,000-ish orders every single month. So these are our analytics for my website. That way you guys can see the growth on basically how I got started, basically how we've grown and stuff like that. That way you get a good idea of how much we exploded, or the slow growth, stuff like that, depending on if this is good or bad is up to your opinion. But I'm pretty satisfied with these results for only having it in a year. And now we'll go on to what helped me get to where I'm at and get to these numbers and stuff like that. So let me pause this real quick, and I could give you guys some tidbits. So in this video, I just want to share with you guys the 5 reasons I think selling online, selling on Shopify, Amazon, wherever it is you think may work for you, is very viable today. Just selling online in general, why I would highly recommend it, even in 2022 or just going forward. Every single year people are like, oh, is Shopify, is Amazon, is eBay, are all these places still viable or still a good idea to sell online? And will it still work? In my opinion, is yes, because ever since the pandemic, ever since everything happened in 2020, more and more people are now learning, or just buying stuff online because it's so convenient, stuff like that. It just gets sent to your door. All you had to do is stay home. So we are moving more towards an online economy. So buying stuff online, especially with how Amazon been doing the same day delivery, stuff like that. Everybody wants their stuff delivered to them now instead of going out and doing stuff by themselves, because it's just more convenient that way. So that's why I would recommend, more and more people are getting to buying stuff online every single year, so you'll have more customers and stuff like that. So Shopify, Amazon, eBay, all these places are still going to be great all the time, every single year. All right. Number 2, Shopify. The reason why I prefer Shopify is because they constantly update their platforms. Every single time I have a complaint or something like that, I haven't even complained about it to them, but I was like, man, I really wish they did this. I really wish they did that. And I guess they pay attention to their customer feedback, stuff like that, because before, I think last year, you couldn't even print 20 labels at a time. Now you can print as much as you want at a time. Now you can print the packing slip with your shipping label at the same time, instead of doing packing slips first and shipping labels in second. You can print them one by all at the same time. That way, for people who do like a massive amount of orders, like 100, 200, 300 orders every single day, it's just so much easier for processing, because you could just ship it all out. Print it all at once, and you can just go through it one at a time and just see what somebody needs, instead of going one at a time, shipping one at a time. So that really saved a lot of time. But there's also a bunch of apps that, like third-party apps that you can use too, like ShipStation, stuff like that. But let's not go into too much details. I'll do a teaching course on how to do everything down the road if you guys enjoy these videos. All right, so number 3, and this is like very true. So before, a lot of people were kind of declined or rejected selling online, especially if you're getting a reseller's license, a tax license, and you just want to resell other people's products. They wanted you to have a storefront or like a brick and mortar store. So like it was a lot harder back then, I think before 2020, because they wanted you to have an actual physical store or physical presence. But ever since, all these businesses, all these places have been shutting down, stuff like that, a lot of distributors and like wholesalers, they got more lenient towards, people starting their own online shops. Because they said if you sell on Amazon, if you sell on eBay, or, sometimes like if you sell on your own website, they'll reject you because they want a storefront. But now, it's a lot easier to get approved to be a retailer or a reseller of people's products, especially if you have your own website. And the reason why I would highly recommend, if you could, start off with your own website, like your own Shopify website, because the fees are a lot less. Because Amazon and eBay, I would say they'll take about 15% of your total sales, and that 15% of your total sale is 15% extra profit that you could have made up. So imagine like selling something for $100 and they take $15 right off the bat. That adds up, because if you sell like thousands of product, a thousand orders a day, that's a lot of money that they're taking. So in the long run, I would prefer you guys to start off with your own website. But if you need more word of mouth or more customers, or like just help acquiring more customers, and eBay and Amazon is a pretty solid choice, especially because that's what I started off with as well. I started off on Amazon until I built up enough customer base, and I moved on to my own website, and I just sell all my overstock off into Amazon. All right, so number 4 is people love to support small businesses. And then I learned that when I was selling on when I first started selling on Facebook groups, because I have 2 main competitors. Their names are like In Stock Trades and Cheap Graphic Novels. And, since I sell comic books as well, they were my main competitors. But the people came to me because I was more like, in touch with the community. I answer people's emails. I talk to them and stuff like that. In the other 2 places, they're very slow to reply to people's emails and stuff like that. So people really love supporting small businesses, especially if you show that you care, or you figure out their pain points and how to improve on that. So, for example, people's pain points when they were buying from these other businesses is that they wouldn't reply to their emails, or their stuff would be not shipped on time. It'll take like a month or two to get their stuff shipped, or stuff comes damaged and they will take like a week or 2 or 3 weeks to reply back to people's emails. And as soon as the emails were replied back to, the book goes out of stock, and so they can't replace it, stuff like that. So those are the 3 pain points that I've provided for the people who came to me instead of the other 2 companies. So that's something you can do as well, because people really like, when you're a small business, it's a lot easier to, I would say, pay more attention to the community, because as you grow into a corporation, stuff like that, you kind of get a little lost, or not in touch with the community as well, because it's more about business to business, how to make more profits, margins, and stuff like that, instead of focusing on what really came first, was just your customers. So that's just my opinion. I know that's what I see in my industry so far, and that's why I jumped in there and got a huge head start and everything, because I paid attention to those pain points and stuff like that. And that's something that you can do as well if you have like a niche and stuff, a niche or whatever it is that you're into, to improve on. And number 5, for the reason why I would highly, why I think selling online or just selling in general is still a good idea today, is because every single day there's a new product. Every single day, no matter what. Like, there's so many products on Kickstarter, on Indiegogo, all these things that are always getting come out, and then they need more people like us, retailers and stuff like that, to reach out to them, sell our stuff, market our stuff like that. And that's exactly what I did with this comic book community as well. I reached out to the distributors, wholesalers, and all that. I applied for an account, and I started marketing their stuff and selling their stuff. So you don't need to you don't need to make your own product. You don't need to make any of your own stuff. You can always reach out to other distributions, wholesalers, brands, and stuff like that, and sell their products for you. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I'm doing. Now I sell my own personal book stands, bookmarks, stuff like that, since I built a brand. And that's what I need to teach you guys as well. That's why I really don't mind sharing exactly the stuff I sell, all the things that I do, my website, all that stuff that I'm sharing with you guys right now, because I built it as a brand. I didn't build it as just me selling products. People buy from me instead of Amazon, Barnes & Noble's, Target, my other competition like In Stock Trade, Cheaper Graphic Knowledge, because I built a brand around the business. So I'm basically protected. Well, not like fully protected, but like I trust in myself and the brand and the people that support me to buy from me instead of other places, because they know the value that we provide. And that's the reason why I would highly recommend building your when you start selling stuff, try to work towards building a brand instead of just selling products in general, because the more you brand yourself and the more people want to buy into your brand, they want to buy from you instead of other people. They want to buy because of your service, because of what you provide, stuff like that, instead of other places. That's why some people, they buy from like, Target instead of Walmart, or they buy from Nike instead of Under Armour, Puma, and all this stuff, even though the stuff is kind of relatively the same. If you go to like bookstores, people go to Barnes & Nobles because it's more clean instead of going to half-price bookstores and all these other stuff. It's just the brand that you built and that people love. So I would highly recommend building a brand when you first start off of. And then if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like my 5 little tips on basically why I think selling online is still the way to go, why selling on Shopify and all this stuff is still viable, let me know down below if you enjoyed this video, what other topics that you want me to talk about with you, and what other stuff you'd like me to share. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Enjoy.